advisor at the Office of President Delivery Unit at the Vice President's Secretariat. Before his appointment, he was an economics and research methods and business policy strategy lecturer at the University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA. He also acts as the executive director of ALIU Mahama Foundation and also chief executive officer of GAFTAM Community of Business. And he is from the Republic of Ghana. We are very, very honored, very, very proud, and very, very happy to have him. And he has taken and commandeered this wonderful time out to talk to all the students who are in every sense of the corner of the world, starting from lovely professional university from Afghanistan to Balochistan. We are very, very proud to have him in our university. Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Oh, thank God, I'm okay. I'm doing very well.
Indeed, sir. Sir, it's an honor and a privilege to have you over here, and it's a personal honor for me to host this wonderful personality. And we are very, very happy to have you, and we are very obliged towards you as well. Thank you so very much, sir, for joining us. And ladies and
You're
gentlemen, please wait
welcome.
for years, and it's going to be absolutely delirious for all of him and for all of us to understand and to hear his notion and views regarding the youth.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to be part of this program.
Indeed, sir. So now, starting off, this is our corporate talks session. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd even like to thank Hulk Prize for making this event possible for all of us. And so before talking about your journey as a technical advisor at the Office of President, so would you please like to tell the students about how you initially started off from being a lecturer, then pursuing your PhD, and then becoming an advisor at the President's office? Would you please like to tell students something about that, sir?
Okay, thank you very much. I started a lecture from 2013 when I finished my PhD. Finished my PhD in 2013 June, and then September I became a lecturer. Where I was lecturing in economics. I lectured a couple of courses, including economics, business policy, research, and then business strategy. So these are some of the courses that I was lecturing. And I was a lecturer at one of the universities, leading universities in Ghana, which is University of Professional Studies, just like you were during your introduction of me. So this is what I was doing. And I was appointed as economic advisor because of my previous role. In my profile, you'll see that I'm also the executive director of the Aliu Mahama Foundation. Aliu Mahama Foundation is a non-governmental organization formed by the former Vice President of Ghana. Now, this former Vice President of Ghana, I was his special assistant. Unfortunately, he's no more, so he's late. And he set up this foundation to help the needy and the poor, in the northern part of Ghana. But we've extended it to the greater part of Ghana. So out of my work, the vice president, the current vice president, we got to know each other. And then when the party was in opposition, I was assisting them in developing policies that the government will be able to implement when they come to power. In 2016 December, we had our general presidential election. And during that election, the current government was elected into power. And it took office in January 7, 2017. So when it took office, the current vice president invited me to come and join his team, since I was part of the team that drafted some of the policies. So he invited me to come and join his team, and that's how I was appointed as economic advisor to the vice president. So Father, to the current team that I am.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. And so, but how has your experience been into the field of academics as well? Like you have been an impeccable academician throughout your life. So, how has that experience been? And how do you feel about the life that you are living right now as being an economic advisor at the president's office? How do you feel about that, sir?
Yeah, basically two different things. Like you rightly said, academia is different from government. Government is full of politics. Government is full of policies that affect the life of the people. So if you're not careful, if you're not careful and then you make the wrong decision, it affects the life of many. So that is how governance is. In the academia, it was very interesting because I was imparting knowledge to the youth. I was imparting knowledge to the young ones, knowledge that I believe will help transform my country and beyond. So they are sharp two different things. In the academia, I was teaching them things that have to be done. I was teaching them the theories that we've learned, that have been practiced in other countries that we think are applicable in my country. I was teaching them other things that will help improve their lives. Now I've been given the opportunity to implement the things that I was teaching my students. Those are the economic principles. And that is what I'm currently doing. What I'm doing is very interesting. It's interesting because I feel fulfilled that I'm involved changing lives of people, transforming lives of people, and doing things that have direct part in the lives of people. And academia it was the same, but the difference is that in academia I'm only teaching them, but now I'm involved in the implementation of what I was teaching my students and what I thought is the right thing to be done. So that's the experience that I have, and it's interesting working in the office of the president because that's the highest office in the country. And I'm privileged as a young man of 38 years involved in decision making at the highest decision body of the country.
Indeed, sir. So you are actually living the dream that a lot of people want to live. And it's lovely to interact with you. I mean, it's brilliant, sir. It's an honor, personal honor for me, honestly. Now,
Thank
sir,
you.
talking about Ghana and talking about you being the economic advisor. So at the president's office, so what is that Ghana has to offer to the world when we are talking about the foreign policies, when we are talking about the natural resources? What is it that Ghana will make Ghana itself stand out from the other countries as well? What's that one thing about Ghana, sir?
It is, if you see just one thing, it is the natural resource that we have, our natural resources that we have. We have cocoa. We are the second largest producers of cocoa in the world. And cocoa is what is used to manufacture chocolate. Cocoa is noted to be the best cocoa, the value. And that is why there's a company that produces cocoa in Korea, and the name of the cocoa is Ghana. I don't know whether you've seen it in India before. I saw that chocolate in China. When I went to China, I saw the chocolate and they've written Ghana on it. So I was wondering, then I realized that it was made in Korea. But because of the quality of the cocoa beans that comes from Ghana, that is why the name is Ghana. So we are the second largest producers of cocoa, and we also have gold. Ghana used to be called Gold Coast before independence. It is because of the gold that we have. The part of Ghanaian land has cocoa. It has gold. So we produce a lot of gold in Ghana. I mean, gold, we have a lot of gold in Ghana. Then we also have timber. We have timber, and we have other agricultural products. Our soil is very, very fertile. So because of that, about 60% of Ghanaian population is into agriculture. So those are some of the things that we have. We have other materials like diamonds. We have bauxite that we are trying to mine more of them. Because we used to mine a lot of gold and not mining bauxite, diamond. We're just doing that on a small scale. But now the government is taking deliberate steps to be able to go into large scale mining of diamond and bauxite. So those are some of the things that we do. Now, Ghana is a very peaceful country. In the whole of Africa, Ghana can be said to be the most peaceful country. We've never ever had a civil war. Ghana has never had a civil war. And we had issues of coup d'etat, but that was about 40 years ago, about 42 years ago. That was the last time that we had a coup d'etat. Since then, we've never had a coup d'etat. Anytime we want to change a government, it is through election, democratic election. So Ghana is very peaceful. That's a lot of investors like coming to Ghana because it's a very peaceful country. You know, when you are here, you are safe. Now, when it comes to ease of doing business, Ghana is the first. The whole of West Africa, Ghana has been ranked as the first when it comes to ease of doing business. And we are 114th in the whole world. So this is what makes Ghana outstanding when it comes to countries in Africa, for that matter, West Africa to be specific.
All right, so now you have very beautifully told the people of our university and all the people around the globe that what has Ghana to offer to the world. But according to me, sir, I have one more question when we are talking about Ghana, that Ghana has had no civil war, right? So a lot of natural resources, and when we are talking about gold and cocoa, and obviously the hardworking people that are of Ghana. But what is it that is stopping Ghana from becoming a world power or coming into the top-notch countries? What is it that's stopping Ghana? What's the thorn in the way of Ghana, sir?
Thank you very much. I mean, that is something that disturbs all of us, especially a young man like me, because when I look at the resources that we have, I think the major thing that affects us is the manufacturing industry. We don't have enough of manufacturing companies. So the raw materials that we have, instead of us producing and adding value to them in Ghana, we are not able to do that. So we export the raw materials outside Ghana. And that has been a major headache. Now, I did a couple of research to find out why we don't have manufacturing companies in Ghana. And I noticed that it is because of energy issues that we're having, electricity. Some years ago, we were not having enough energy or electricity to be able to power the manufacturing industry. Fortunately, for now, that issue has been resolved. So now we have excess energy capacity to be able to support the manufacturing industry. Because of that, this government has introduced a policy which we call one district, one factory. Now, the essence of this policy, one district, one factory, is to encourage every district to have a factory. So if every street has a factory in that district, then we are sure that the raw materials that are produced within that district will be able to add value to them. And the more we are able to add value to produce that house, we'll be able to have a higher foreign exchange, which will help us to develop and accelerate. So manufacturing has been the major setback that we had in the past, for which within all the raw materials that we have, we are not able to process them to add value to them, but we rather export the raw materials to other countries. So hopefully, as we are developing human resources, we believe that they'll come back to Ghana, especially like the Ghanaian students who are in your university. We are hoping that after acquiring the knowledge that they are acquiring there now, they'll come back to Ghana and they will help us to be able to build our own country. Fortunately, we have a lot of investors that are showing interest, that are putting up factories in Ghana. So we are hoping that as we process our own raw materials, we add value to them, it will help us to grow and will also be among the top countries in the world.
Indeed, so we really hope that we see Ghana in the coming 20 or 30 years as becoming the world power. And one day I'll tell the people who are around me that I've had to talk with the economic advisor at the president's office of this very superpower that we now call as Ghana. It's an honor, sir. So now talking about now you have very well explained about what are the obstacles, what is stopping, and everything. But what is the take of Ghana on sustainable future when we are talking about sustainable future? So what is the take of Ghana on that? Would you please like to speak on behalf of the entire country, sir, please?
Thank you very much. Sustainable future is something which is so dear to us, to our hearts, and I think it should be so for every country that wants to see its country develop. And for us, we believe that the most important thing which will help us have a sustainable future is the development of human capital, the human resource. So because of that, we are developing so much into our education. We are making sure that our education that we are having should be of a high quality. If we are able to produce high quality graduates in our various institutions, then we are sure that our future will be secured. Now, because of that, the government has introduced what we call free senior higher education. The essence of free senior higher education is for every child to be able to go to school, right from the lowest level to the senior high level. Education is free now in Ghana since 2017. This is because we want to develop all the human capital in Ghana so that everybody will go to school. Because we believe that once the human capital develops, once the human resource is well educated and developed, our future will be secured. And the kind of sustainable future that we want to see will be developed. Because in the past, if we don't have a well-educated human resource, we will not be able to have a sustainable future, because management of the resources will depend on the human capital that is available. Leadership is influenced by the nature of the people who are leading. If you don't have good leadership, the country will not be able to develop. The country will not be to the state and the level that you expect it to be. And that's the reason why we are investing so much into education, in the human capital development, to ensure that we develop the youth that are in the country. Because as the saying goes, the youth are future leaders. So if you want a good future, you have to invest in the youth of today. And that is what, as a government and as a country, we are focusing in doing.
Most certainly, sir. So, any tips from your side to the students of our university and the students of this very country that we call as India? Any tips about sustainable future when we are talking in terms of human capital and investment in human capital? Any tips, sir, please?
So I'd like to use this opportunity to encourage all the students in investing that they should take the education seriously. The opportunity that they have now to be in school, they should take it seriously, because that is the future. In Ghana, we always say that education is the key to the future. That's what we always say in Ghana. So the education they are having now is their key to a brighter future. And I encourage them that they should take it very seriously. It's very important. India is one of the countries I admire so much. Not that I'm talking to you. I have a lot of friends from India, a couple of friends that I study with at my PhD level who are Indians. And I know that we have a very good diplomatic relationship with India as well. Ghana and India has a very diplomatic relationship. So I want to appeal to all the students there that they should take their studies seriously. They are part of the future leaders. If we are talking about sustainable future, they are the future. In 10 years, 20 years' time, they will occupy high positions that will influence decision making. So they should build themselves, they should equip themselves with knowledge that will be able to transform the future into the kind of countries that we want to see. And we'll continue to have a good relationship between India and Ghana. And I believe that one day we'll still keep in touch, and then we'll invite you to come to Ghana and see how beautiful this country is. Thank you very much.
Oh, that is lovely from your end to say, and we are just waiting for all of these good days to come to both the countries. That one day we feel proud and we are friends together. We still are friends together, and we are standing very broad and tall as on the way of becoming two superpowers once again. Now, so it has been a lovely interaction with you, but do you have any particular message from your end to the students of our country and to the students of your country as well?
Okay, so the message I have for them is they should, whatever they are doing, they should do it with passion and love for it. There's a movie that I love so much. Oh wow, coincidentally, it's an Indian movie. That's okay to me. It's called The Three Idiots. The Three Idiots movie that I never get tired of watching. I watch it several times, and it's very emotional. Anytime I watch it, I shed tears because of the scenes that are in that movie. I want to tell them that everything is possible. It is very possible. Once that is your passion, and that is the step you decide to take, follow it with your heart, passionately. Dedicate your time to it, and I can assure you that you will never regret for whatever that you are doing now. Let's follow our passion, let's follow our heart, and let's help to develop our various countries. Nobody else will come and develop our countries for us. We are the only people who will develop our country. Let's play a major role in seeing our countries to be at the state that we want them to be. So that, like you said, we also become among the superpowers, if not in 10 years' time, but before 10 years, we'll also be among the superpowers of this world. Thank you.
Indeed, sir. So now we have finally landed into the latter of this particular session. And I'd like to ask from you, I'd like to look at your notion of how do you see India and Ghana in the next 20 or 30 years? How do you personally see Ghana and India?
In the next 10, 20 years, I see Ghana and India to be among the top countries. I know India is ahead of us. I mean, I'm an economist, so I must be fair. India is ahead of us. There are a lot of things that we are learning from you. Like when it comes to energy and the fact that you have a vision of making sure that the country most of the vehicles will not be using petrol again because of the environment that you are. As much as possible, see India and Ghana in the future to be among the superpowers of the world. And we are believing that India and Ghana will be able to develop economically. Our economic level will be high, and they will be able to compete with other countries of the world. So that is the vision that I see for Ghana. That's the vision that I see for India in the next 10, 20 years. We'll be a role model where countries will also be studying and be talking about us. Oh, 10 years ago, India wasn't like this. 10 years ago, Ghana wasn't like this. That's as we talk about Singapore today. The same way I see that other countries will be talking about Ghana and India in the next 20 years.
So the future looks good, and I'm pretty sure that the students of Ghana, the students of India are really very much poised and motivated and inspired by people like you, because you're the people who are not just talking about GDP or industries, but you're moreover emphasizing on developing the human capital that these countries
Yeah.
are capable to have. Indeed, sir. And so, what are your future plans? I mean, what are your personal future plans now?
I'm into government now. I think I love the politics that I'm doing because it's able to influence lives directly and the positive impact that it brings to the people. So my future plans, the immediate one is to continue to work at the office of the president that I'm doing. And then also I'm thinking of going to parliament to be able to help influence the legislation of the country. So I'm trying to become an MP, member of parliament of my country. Going to be in the next 4 years. That's when we'll be having that election. So I'm preparing for that position.
Yes, sir. And it has been a very wonderful interaction with you. And I see that it's wonderful, sterling, and stupendous to know people more, to know about the notions, to learn more about the cultures. And we are very, very happy to have students like Emmanuel, David, and all the other students from other countries as well, who are coming into our country and our university, and who are not just becoming responsible students, but also responsible citizens of this very country. It's very good to interact with them, and it's very good to have you over here, sir. It was an honor and a privilege to host you. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have any further questions, you can kindly post your questions into the chat box, even on the Facebook chat box. And if you are enjoying the conversation, then kindly drop us one of these on Facebook. I am waiting for a few questions. If we have, we can take a few questions. All right. All right. And at the latter, sir, the last question that has been posted is, what opportunities are there for Indian students in Ghana?
Sorry, I didn't get a question. What opportunities are there for students in Ghana?
Yes, sir, from India. The students, Indian students, opportunities for Indian students in Ghana.
Okay, and there are a lot of opportunities. When I came back from my PhD, the first university that I taught was an Indian university. It's called Sikkim Manipur University. They have a campus in Ghana, and I lectured there for about 3 years. And there are a lot of Indian students in Ghana. There are a lot of Indian students now in Ghana because we have 3 universities that are affiliated to Indian universities. Now, so schooling or education in Ghana, there are a lot of other opportunities for them. We have exchange programs that we are having with other institutions. So we can have an exchange program. I think David and Emmanuel can help you. We can get maybe another university in Ghana here where you can have exchange program. You can come to Ghana and come and study any of the topics or models that you want to, are willing to assist in any way by that. And aside that, as a student from India, Ghana is open. It's open to every legal thing that anybody wants to come and do. So it is for the Indians as well. So you're always welcome to Ghana. You're welcome to come and study our education, our culture, our history. Whatever you want to learn, we are always welcome.
Yes, so wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana and India are not just friends, they are not just countries, but they're emotions that flow together, and people love to have these emotions. And these are not just places, but these are the future, and the future beckons of these very countries, poised and catapulted to believe in the highest form of expression, that is becoming the superpower, and becoming the superpower tomorrow and as soon as possible. I'd once again like to thank Dr. Frimpong, who is a technical advisor at the Office of President. It was indeed an honor and a privilege to have an academician who has been an academician in the field of economics and research methods and business policy strategy, and now into the field of politics, and believing that yes, the future looks good, and as far as these small workplaces are concerned, we can place them in good time, and we'll tell to the rest of the world that here we are coming. Thank you so very much, sir. I'd even like to thank Hulk Price and Emmanuel finally for making this event possible, for giving me this opportunity to interact with this wonderful, wonderful personality. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much, Hulk, and thank you so very much, Emmanuel.
You're welcome, and thank you too. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please once again, drop your appreciation for Dr. Manuel Kwadwo Frimpong into the chat box. Thank you so very much, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome.